Welcome back to Washington Watch. I'm your host, Tony Perkins. So good to have you with us. The website, tonyperkins.com. If you'd like to stay connected, not resting on the social media platforms, text the word STAND to 67742. 67742 will get you connected with Washington Watch and FRC. I had the president down on the border today speaking, actually just a little bit ago, and talking about the effort to silence him. We were just talking about that. But now there's more. The House Rules Committee drafting an article of impeachment that will be voted on the floor tomorrow morning, but this evening taking up a resolution calling on the enactment of the 25th Amendment to remove the president from office. Joining us now, Congressman Michael Burgess of Texas. He is a member of the Rules Committee, was in that discussion today. He is the congressman for the 26th Congressional District of the Lone Star State. Congressman Burgess, welcome back to Washington Watch.
Well, thanks for having me on, Tony. I appreciate it.
All right, Congressman, give us the latest. What's unfolding right now?
Well, what's unfolding right now is we've been on hold for several hours after the Rules Committee went into recess. We are considering a resolution. As of right now, it wasn't even a numbered resolution. It was just a draft that calls upon the Vice President to invoke the 25th Amendment and take over the office of the presidency for the remainder of this term. It gives the Vice President 24 hours to deliver. So it's kind of an ultimatum to the Vice President. I think what I've heard from the Office of the Vice President, they have no intention of doing that. So it is it's an exercise that the Democrats are putting forward. The interesting thing is, what I'm hearing on the news shows is they're going to go ahead with impeachment tomorrow. If you're doing that, then why are you going through this 25th Amendment charade today, or are you not going to give the Vice President the 24 hours that you said you would? So I'm kind of at a loss to explain those discrepancies. Suffice it to say, this is very much a very political move on the part of the Democrats. No secret, they do not like President Trump. They never have. They never will. And this is all about trying to damage him as in the waning days of his administration so that he cannot run for office in the future, my opinion.
Yeah, I was going to say there is an explanation for this. It's called political theater. Because, like you said, if you're going to impeach him, why go through the process calling on the vice president to invoke the 25th Amendment if you're not going to give him the 24 hours that you, wait the 24 hours that you give him. From your perspective as you listen to this, but we hear the incoming administration saying they're about unifying America. They want to bring civility back. I'm struggling to find actions meeting those words.
Yes, you and I are both in that struggle. Look, it's not happening. They don't want what they want is an admission that Trump is no longer going to be president, that he can never be president in the future. I don't think that's true. I think he stood a very good chance, at least a week ago, of becoming the first non-consecutive office holder in the White House. But we'll see. This has been a time that has sort of defied prediction.
Could this come back to bite the Democrats, so to speak, if Nancy Pelosi is leading an effort to invoke the 25th Amendment? If Joe Biden gets sideways with people, I mean, look, he doesn't have much of a margin, either in the House or the Senate with some of the stuff he's going to be pushing. And we're in a very volatile time. So if there's riots in cities across America, I mean, is there going to be a call for Joe Biden to step aside?
That's an excellent point, and in my mind, the 25th Amendment poses more of a threat to the Biden presidency than almost anything else. Look, make no mistake about it. What the Rules Committee is doing today is not based on anything in the Constitution. It is, yes, there is the 25th Amendment that does allow for the vice president to temporarily take over the duties of the president. And it outlines the mechanism of succession, but there's never been a resolution like this that says you got 24 hours, put up or shut up, and get the president out of office. That's preposterous to think that anyone thinks that that's okay and that any way comports with our constitutional form of government.
I mean, stepping back for just a moment, Congressman. I mean, you've been on the program many, many times. We've had a number of conversations over the last 4 years, but it appears that the political rhetoric has reached a new level in the divisiveness, how divisive our nation is politically, is at a crisis point.
Yeah, I think that's a valid observation, and something that struck me last week as this, in no way to rationalize or explain away what happened with people entering the Capitol illegally, but it was the first time that I can remember doing such an exercise, such as certifying the electors, where the public was not allowed in the building in the first place because of the pandemic. And the fact that we were doing something behind closed doors that people didn't like, it did set people off. I don't think there's any question about that. The other thing that I've heard is the president is the first person in the government who has listened to us in a long time, and we don't know if we're going to have anyone there who will listen to us in the future. And I've heard from a lot of folks back home that bothers them.
Yeah, no, I've heard the same thing, and that's why I think you continue even after last week. The president's public approval rating has actually gone up because I think that is something that distinguishes the president, even for those things you disagree about the president. He kept his promises. He represented the average man, the forgotten man, as he often said. And people are not easily going to forget that.
No, sir.
Congressman Michael Burgess, thanks so much for joining us and giving us the latest on what is happening there on Capitol Hill.
Anytime. Glad to do it. Thanks, Tony.